Here it is, the brand new 2018 iPad Pro. So I've been waiting for this iPad for a very long time. I made the first video on the big iPad X back in November 2017, a full year ago, and we finally have it. I've made numerous videos on the iPad X, and this is it. This is the iPad X. It's not called the X, it's just called the iPad Pro. But this is that bezel-less iPad with no home button and also Face ID. So yeah, I'm quite excited to test this one out. So get us snacks ready, and here are my first impressions and my day one review with the 2018 iPad Pro. Okay, so the iPad comes in this brown shipping box, and inside that we get the actual iPad box, which now has a pulling tab for the seal, so that's new. This is similar to how the iPhone box is open. Now on the front we get an image of the new iPad Pro. Now the box itself, by the way, is considerably thinner than the 2017 iPad Pro box. So we get the iPad Pro branding on the sides, Apple logo on the top and bottom, and then on the back we have a listing of everything that's included inside, as well as the capacity, which in my case is the baseline 64GB model. And inside the box we get to the actual iPad. Ooh, gotta love that plastic wrap noise. We then get the booklet, which contains the quick start guide, some white Apple stickers, so though unfortunately they're not color matched. So yeah, one more Apple inconsistency. We then get the warranty and the safety guide. We also get a USB Type-C to USB Type-C cable, a first, and an iPad box. Yeah, this is the first iPad to come with a USB Type-C port, the first iOS device as well. And then we also get a power brick, a USB Type-C power brick, which also comes with collapsible feet for the UK model, just like the Apple Watch power adapter. So yeah, I love this, but the head unfortunately is not removable anymore, which kind of sucks, for those of you who travel a lot and have an Apple traveling kit. Aside from this, I also got a second generation Apple Pencil, as well as the smart Folio keyboard. Now, in terms of the Apple Pencil, I'll cover, the updates in a second, but when it comes to how it feels when writing on the iPad, it feels exactly the same as before. So yeah, I really wish that it had a bit more grip, but luckily that can be easily solved with Paperlike, our sponsor for this video. Paperlike is a thin screen protector that you apply to the iPad, and it makes the entire Apple Pencil experience on the iPad feel like real paper instead of the slippery feel that you normally have. So if you're a digital artist, you can be far more precise when using apps such as Procreate, and if you're a student or a business user, you can take notes longer without your hand cramping up. Or literally for anyone with an Apple Pencil, Paperlike will provide you a more natural and intuitive feel when using it. It's pretty cool, and as an extra, it also sounds like real paper when you're writing or drawing on the display. Paperlike also offer 100% money-back guarantee, so simply use the link in the description or the coupon code ZONE10 for a 10% discount when buying Paperlike, and thanks again to Paperlike for being the sponsor of this video. Okay, so what are my thoughts on this new 2018 iPad Pro? Well, first of all, I actually love this design a lot. So it feels so much smaller than my 10.5-inch 2017 iPad, and it actually is. So it's not as tall as my 2017 iPad Pro, yet it comes with a larger 11-inch display versus the 10.5-inch display that the last model came with. It also feels amazing in the hand. I do like the flat edges / the iPhone 4 and iPhone 5 frame. It is easier to hold and a bit grippier since you do not have those, that teardrop frame sliding away from your palm. Now, in terms of the bezels are much thinner than before. However, the side ones are actually thicker than on the 10.5-inch iPad Pro from last year, interesting enough. And I get that Apple tried to get a uniform design where, the Face ID camera's notch matches the bezel's thickness, reason why we have no notch. So for example, if you put the iPhone XR right on top of the 2018 iPad Pro, you can see how the notch of the XR pretty much matches the bezels of the new iPad Pro. Also, we now have 51 shades of space gray with this new iPad Pro, since yes, it is a darker shade of space gray than last year, which I do really like. But for example, MacBook Pro has a lighter shade of space gray than the iPad Pro. And yeah, other than that, since we have no home button, everything is gesture-based now, you can still use, fun fact, the gestures on the previous iPad models in iOS 12. But yeah, other than that, in terms of the iPad itself, I really love how this looks and how it feels. As for the accessories, we do get the Apple Pencil 2, which is actually a huge improvement from the previous model. So it now attaches magnetically to the right side of the iPad, which is great. No more need to randomly throw it in your bag. It also charges and pairs automatically when attached to the iPad. So no more plugging, the pencil in to the actual iPad and, risking damaging your pencil or even destroying your iPad's lightning port like before. And we also have a dedicated Apple Pencil category in the settings where you can now control what the gesture button does, or should I say gesture area, because we do have this area here on which you can double tap and switch brushes, for example. And the pencil itself does have a matte finish now, so it is a bit grippier than before. It's also a bit shorter than before, so yeah, overall, this pencil is actually a massive improvement from the previous generation. But again, if you want something that makes the screen feel grippier, with more tactile feedback and, just like paper, well, in that case, get Paperlike. The second big accessory is the Smart Keyboard, which is now called the Smart Folio Keyboard, and even this is a big change from the previous generation. So, instead of creating that bulge on the front, like the previous Smart Keyboard, this one sits even and flat on both sides. It now attaches magnetically to almost the entire back portion of the iPad, and you also get two adjustment angles now, which are also magnetic. So yeah, overall, the iPad with a keyboard attached to it feels much lighter and easier to carry around than the previous generation. Quite interesting how it doesn't have an Apple logo on the back, but I do love how minimal and how elegant it feels and looks like, unlike the previous generation, which I think it looked horrible. Reminded me of the Apple battery case, if you guys remember that. So yeah, this is indeed the biggest change in an iPad, not just because of the really thin bezels, the removal of the home button, and, the first frame change since the iPad Air 2. I could even say the iPad Air 1, but the 2 made it thinner. But yeah, the accessories have also been updated. We get the Apple Pencil, the Apple Pencil 2, and the Smart Keyboard, which makes this a much more intuitive device to use than before. The new iPad Pro also have a USB Type-C port this time, and I even tried plugging in my USB Type-C dock for my MacBook, and I actually managed to connect a monitor through HDMI to this, and it actually worked. Now, the only problem was that the iPad automatically mirrored everything on that display, which was pretty much pointless. Keep in mind that the iPad does not support a mouse, so when you connect this to a monitor, you still need the touch input from the iPad to control it, which means that you have to be looking at the iPad anyways. So unless you're doing, a presentation and you're connecting this to, a video projector or a huge display showing, what's on the iPad to an audience, then that makes sense. But other than that, if you don't do that, connecting this to a monitor is basically pointless at the moment. And yeah, I know, performance-wise, it is faster than Apple's i7 15-inch MacBook Pros, which is insane, but it's still iOS, which means that functionality-wise, the new iPad is still heavily behind something like even a 12-inch MacBook. I mean, yeah, you can do emails and basic work from this, but you have to find a workaround for everything that you do, even for example, multiple side-by-side tabs in Safari, not just two. And yeah, Safari on the iPad is still a mobile browser. So long story short, Apple is now selling an over £1,000 tablet. And that's for the baseline 64GB model, by the way, that's supposed to replace your laptop. And, while for some people it can, for most people, a laptop offers way more for way less, and, it's also much easier to use. So who is this for? Who is this for? Well, if you need the best tablet on the market, this is by far the best tablet on the market. If you're doing graphic design and you need a tablet for that with a pencil, this is, again, the best option by a long shot. This is the best option. But if you're looking for something, with a keyboard that can replace your laptop, this at the moment is not it. Maybe, future support for, advanced things and devices is coming in iOS 13, but I cannot be sure about that. I mean, Apple's been working on turning the iPad into a computer for many years now, and it's still not a computer, a full computer. So the iPad is still an iPad. It's still a tablet. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys think about this new iPad, especially since Apple increased the price by a lot. Do you think this can actually replace your laptop? If you just watch YouTube videos and that's pretty much it and browse the web, then yeah. But let me know in the comments what do you guys think about all this? What's your workflow? What do you actually use? I want to see what software you use. What's, your daily workflow. Definitely subscribe and notifications if you want to see more interesting videos and in-depth tech videos like this one. Also follow me on Instagram. I'm redoing the whole Instagram page. I'm trying to post more behind the scenes shots and teasers at upcoming videos. So yeah, definitely follow me there at ZONEofTECH. Also guys, join the Zone. Tap the join button if you want to support the channel and also get access to some pretty cool exclusive new features. And yes, this has been pretty much it. Feel free to like if you have enjoyed it, so let me know. Stay tuned for some really cool videos on some more newly released Apple devices, such as maybe a MacBook Air, maybe a Mac Mini that I've been waiting for such a long time. But yeah, thank you for watching. I'm Daniel, and I'll see you guys in my next video.